How's it going, everybody? Let's get Nintendo's thing unmuted here. We are going to check out the the Nintendo Direct. So, oh, you know what? I didn't turn the lights on behind me. We gotta look professional, right? We're about 5 minutes away from this thing beginning. I'm curious about this because I don't have a Switch anymore. So I don't really have a horse in the race when it comes to this stuff. But Nintendo always ends up doing some really interesting things when a console of theirs gets to kind of the late stages of its life cycle. And from everything that's been going on lately, it seems like the successor to the Switch is, kind of coming up over the horizon here. And they were showing it off backstage at Gamescom, so it's obviously a real thing. People are, I assume devs are getting, dev kits and all that stuff in probably short time, or they already have it. So Nintendo, sometimes they'll do some cool stuff towards the end of a console. I will say that I think that probably the biggest surprise end of Switch lifetime thing has probably already been announced. It's probably that Super Mario RPG remake that's coming out in the near future. So I don't think we're gonna get anything like on that size of an announcement. It does say, this is specifically talking about games releasing this winter, but that doesn't stop Nintendo from making an announcement about the future by any stretch. So I don't know. I have the time to watch this. Usually I just kind of watch these on my own time and then talk about them on the show on Monday. But I figured, hey, why not? Let's see what Nintendo's got to offer these days. There's a Sony State of Play this afternoon, but they're I don't know. Maybe they need to go over how they talk about things in the press and all that, because they were like, no, it's just in small games, indie games. It's nothing big, all that. And I was just like, all right, well, I'll watch that on my own time, and then, we'll do the Nintendo instead. Typically I would go towards the Sony event because I'm a little bit more invested, having a PlayStation console in the house. But, if it's not going to be anything, major, and it sounds like tomorrow is the big day for Sony, because tomorrow apparently they did some sort of Spider-Man 2 event. My guess is that it was in Los Angeles. The photos I saw from it were people that I know that cover the industry, or influencers, or whoever that live in the Los Angeles area. So, I mean, it's possible they flew people out, but, and apparently all that information is going out tomorrow. So I'm assuming that is some type of like hands-on preview type thing, which makes sense. The game comes out October 20th. We're less than a week away from September 20th. So we're just over a month out from that game coming out. So, it makes sense. They kind of get in the press this week. Sony's been very quiet ever since they did their announcement deal, their showcase in the summer, which was kind of underwhelming to a degree. And it's funny because, for so long now, the running theme has been, Xbox doesn't have any games. Sony's where it's at in terms of pumping out first party stuff, but Sony doesn't have much on the, not to make a bad pun, but they don't have much on the horizon. They have Spider-Man, and that's about it. They have all their free to play stuff that they're working on coming out over the next year or so. But I assume at some point they're going to have to start announcing, what some of their plans are for first party stuff. But enough about Sony. We are 30 seconds ish away. I usually don't use the official Nintendo YouTube thing for these things when I do them. I am a little worried that there's no sound. I don't know if maybe they just don't play music before their thing, but hopefully everything's all good on that. Give it a quick refresh just in case. There we go. Feel a little bit more comfortable. Do the refresh makes me feel better. All right. Now we are just about to hit 10 a.m. Let's see what they got going. Nothing yet. All right. I'm going to check just in case there's something going on. I'm going to check the... Oh, there we go. Okay, good. We don't need to check. All right, we got volume. There we go. Lower that just a little bit. All right, Nintendo Direct. Here we go. What do we got? Splatoon. I played a lot of the first Splatoon. The first Splatoon came out, I was recovering from like major back surgery. I had my spine fused, so they're like, you can't really move for a little bit. You know, you gotta get up and move around a little bit every day, but you kind of got to sit for the first couple of weeks while you're like while the stitches and all that stuff are healing. So I picked up Splatoon and just, you know, I couldn't really do much during the day until I, you know, was feeling a little bit better. So I just sat there and played a lot of Splatoon, and I ended up, I don't know if it's just because I was playing during the daytime and time differences, or it was just, you know, maybe not a lot of people were playing at launch and the game kind of picked up steam as it went along, but I ended up in a lot of the Japanese lobbies, and man, I was just getting smoked in Splatoon like all day long, and did that for a few weeks. What is this music? All right. But I never ended up picking up Splatoon 2, or for that matter, I by the time Splatoon 3 came out, I didn't have a Switch anymore. But I really enjoyed the first game. I certainly, you know, spent enough time with it in that short amount of time to really kind of form that kind of, you know, even though it wasn't that long ago, nostalgic connection to it in a way, you know. This is looking like some type of like RPG offshoot looking thing. Like all those damage numbers coming off. Side order. All right. Looks kind of like Control-ish almost.
Hello everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi.
Hey Takahashi.
For today's Nintendo Direct.
This dude just looks like a friendly person.
A new trailer for Wave 2 of the Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass DLC, Side Order.
It is weird seeing Splatoon like being all like monochromatic.
Set in the Spire of Order, where you will strengthen your character's abilities as you ascend the Spire.
Yes, the Spire of Order.
This single-player DLC, so it can be played over and over again. It's planned to release in
you know, they've done enough of the single player stuff with Splatoon at this point with the DLC and all that, and I think there was some single player aspect to maybe the second and third game. I'm surprised they haven't done like a full blown like here's just a third person shooter kind of thing, you know, like single player third person shooter. I mean, oh okay.
Mario. The rivalry that heated up on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are like legendary Game Boy games.
System. With his eyes on the prize, Donkey Kong has stolen all the mini Mario toys from the factory.
Well, that's not nice.
And it's up to Mario to track him down.
I want to say I maybe played one or two of these at some point, but I never got into them. I know people that are like really into these games.
Are vital to your success. Mario needs
this looks really nice. I you know, we've seen enough of it at this point. You know, it kind of started on the Wii, but this kind of like modern 2D side-scrolling Mario look that they've kind of adopted for all of that. It is really become kind of a timeless look at this point. I really think it's just a nice, clean art style. And you can see why they've kind of stuck with it for all these, you know, mainline series entries as well as kind of the side stuff as well.
Observe and act to collect mini Marios, clear stages, and face Donkey Kong head on.
Oh.
In this updated version of the game, you can play with a friend in local co-op.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta give Nintendo credit for still, you know, they still hold true on that local co-op thing, you know.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong launches on Nintendo Switch February 16th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Save the Prince.
Seeing more of this. All right. This game looks very good.
Guide Sargon
I have to look at a calendar, but I think this is the first like pretty big game of 2024, because this is I believe this is, unless they're changing something here, I believe this is also a February release.
Breathtaking environments in a mythological Persian-inspired world, but don't linger too long if you hope to survive.
I can see this being a very good game to have on the Switch, you know, being on the go. I assume this would also be getting a PC release, so, you know, if you have a like a ROG Ally, Steam Deck kind of thing, you know, this would make for a pretty good handheld experience. I'll certainly be checking this out when it comes out, so stay tuned for the next 6 months, you know, 6 months from now when we play this game on the channel.
And defeat the mythical beasts that stand in your way. Get ready to save the prince and discover the mysteries of Mount Cass.
The one thing I am worried about, just for my, it's January, I'm sorry, not even February. One thing I do worry about for myself personally with this game is it just looks like, you know, I haven't played it. It just looks like it might be too hard for me. And it's like my biggest concern.
These games will help you chase your passions. Rev up for
true
arcade racing in Horizon Chase.
Okay, 2. Making a sequel to Horizon Chase. I want to say I messed around with that first one a little bit. It was like fairly well received.
Your rivals on the road. Play the main campaign to unlock vehicles, courses, and more. You can also upgrade.
It's an interesting look for this game because the graphics are obviously, you know, a little bit dated at this point. You know, it looks something kind of like, you know, this looks like something you would have seen on like the 360 or the PS3 era of games, but the gameplay and like art design and all of this like is very much like a late 90s racing game, so it's kind of cool to see the two combined. Oh my god, Konami's making a game and it's not pachinko.
To solve puzzles and battle bosses. Over 30 thrilling tracks await, including music from iconic Konami games.
All right. Oh, they got bloody tears.
4 friends can battle it out in versus modes or jam together in local or online play. Super Crazy Rhythm Castle launches on Nintendo Switch November 14th. That's
certainly a title. You know, that definitely does not seem like they just stuck a bunch of those magnetic words onto a board. It was like, all right, we got it.
Anya Forger has a new assignment from school, creating a photo diary. On weekdays, you'll head to class, then enjoy family time.
You know, I'm not an artist by any stretch, but I see this a lot in cartoons and anime and all that. Kids that like have their eyes closed while they're drawing, just doing a lot of this. Is that how artists do things? Is that maybe why I can't draw very well? Is I have my eyes open? I do like that dog. That dog is big.
Next year. Mario's first RPG
all right, another look at this. I'm so conflicted.
RPG game is back with updated graphics. Let's go over some new and returning gameplay features.
Oh, such a good game.
Presses with action commands to increase damage dealt or decrease damage received.
All right, so at least they're not changing that. They've changed too much else with the UI already.
Every successful action command will fill this gauge. When it's full, you can unleash the 3-character triple.
Okay, so this is new.
Depending on your current party, the move will change, so experiment with different combos.
All right, that's kind of what I figured that gauge was going to be.
Bosses with colorful personalities. After clearing the
Punchinello.
game, fight some of them again.
Oh, okay. Like a new game plus kind of thing? Oh no, just like a boss rush sort of thing. Oh, the big shell. Oh, it's where Culex is.
Mario and Friends, when Super Mario RPG launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Couple months.
November 17th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Hey. Look alive. We're almost there.
Oh, it's an island.
Nintendo DS game Trace Memory returns on the Nintendo Switch system as another code to memories. One day, a young girl named Ashley receives a letter from
They
the father.
changed the name for some reason, or is this a sequel? Sounds like this is a remake.
Solitary Blood Edward Island in search of
The
him.
Blood Edward Island? All right.
Ashley encounters puzzles and obstacles that hinder her investigation.
Well, you turn the dial, that's how it opens.
Can you see me?
She also meets a mysterious boy.
Oh.
What truths await Ashley? in
I
this
wish I
place?
could meet a mysterious boy.
I tried.
On Blood Edward Island.
Who are you?
The sequel, Another Code R, Journey into Lost Memories.
Okay, it is a...
Released in North America.
Oh, okay, so it's a double pack. Okay, that's cool. That's neat. You know, especially if you were like a fan of these games, you know, these like random ass DS games, some of them have like such a huge cult following. So that's gotta be pretty exciting for people that were into that.
January 19th.
That looks like a nice game.
Today on Nintendo eShop.
Nice mystery boy game.
Another Code Recollection includes 2 games, the Nintendo DS game Trace Memory and its Wii sequel, which was never released in North America. Both games are fully enhanced on Nintendo Switch. Please look forward to playing them early next year. Next, please take a look at this.
So vague. Is this an update on the Princess Peach game, or is this Wonder?
One day, a loyal Toad presented a flyer advertising a show at the Sparkle Theater. Princess Peach and some Toads.
I think this is
were
that
to see it.
Peach game.
Then, the Wicked Grape and the Sour Bunch suddenly made their grand entrance.
The
and
Wicked
took center
Grape?
stage.
That sounds like an energy drink
Now,
flavor.
It's up to Peach and the theater's guardian Stella to save the play and the day.
All right.
This perfect performance has become a terrible tragedy. Luckily, Peach can use the power of Stella's ribbon to face off against the Sour Bunch. The ribbon alone won't always cut it, though. So let's do this.
Are they gonna merge? Oh, they change your dress. Okay.
Whoa!
Oh.
Peach transformed into
Whoa.
Sword Fighter Peach. By
They had a very
transforming,
Smash
she can use
Brothers,
fantastic show-stopping ability.
presentation there.
The Sour Bunch with sensational swordplay.
This looks like it's going to be a very, very kid-friendly
Performers?
experience.
There
I
are
assume that
more
this game
story
probably
shows to
doesn't have a
say.
lot of depth from what we've seen, which that's not a bad thing at all, you know. They got to make games for
Become
for all
Detective
ages.
Peach, investigate clues and track down who done it.
I like the costume changes. It kind of keeps the theater, the play motif going. I like that.
Snatch from this sweets festival.
Oh man, they're stealing all the
Princess Here,
food.
Peach, and save it from a
Yeah,
sugar
decorate a
rush.
cake.
The Sour Bunch got their hands on this martial arts school. Become Kung Fu Peach and take it back.
Oh,
from
that
these
won't. Oh, okay,
teams.
that's slightly less racist than I thought it was going to be.
Many other transformations are just behind the curtain. The stage is set. Our leading lady is ready for the spotlight.
You know, it's funny because they, you know, when they first showed this off, they're like, oh, you know, we'll talk about it later. But I mean, it looked like ready to go at that time. Yeah, okay, so March. Yeah,
March 22nd. Pre-order
it did not
begins
seem like it
today
was
on
a
Nintendo eShop.
a far off sort of thing.
That was a new look at Princess Peach Showtime. In Peach's latest adventure, the gameplay changes depending on her transformations. It looks like there are more transformations beyond the ones we showed today, so please stay tuned. Let's continue with some more headlines.
A new saga begins.
All right, bringing this back.
A multi-layered RPG full of rich stories awaits.
That
in
looks like some
Saga
AI
Anime
shit
Beyond.
right there.
There are 6
Dear
heroes to choose
AI,
from.
make me anime boy.
Fights with sentient puppets. A witch disguised as a schoolgirl to mask her identity.
Oh, that's a lot of people's fantasy right there.
Fighting duo chasing down a mysterious organization. A songstress mech who lost her voice and body. And a king of darkness who was recently
Yeah, that definitely looks like a king of darkness.
Hero, then follow their journey through 17 interconnected worlds as they strive.
Yeah, guys, we're making a new Saga game. We got to come up with a a general theme for all the characters in the game. Anybody got any ideas? Yeah, just make a bunch of the goofiest looking motherfuckers you can come up with.
Fight in timeline battle.
Of course, there's a cat.
Combat in which turn order is crucial to victory. Use special techniques to control the order of actions, or activate team combos to swing the tide of battle in your favor. Saga Emerald Beyond launches on Nintendo Switch next year.
All right.
The legendary Raider returns.
Oh, God.
The first 3 Tomb Raider games,
All right.
all with upgraded visuals, are venturing onto Nintendo Switch.
That actually doesn't look too bad.
Collection. As the fearless archaeologist Lara Croft, you'll travel the world and face off.
This has got to be up there in terms of like most popular slash kind of legendary franchises that I just never really played. I think I played a demo of either Tomb Raider 1 or 2 in a Sears at some point in the 90s. And then I played like maybe like the first hour of that when they started making like the new versions of them. You know, I was probably 10 years ago at this point or whatever it was. Then those were like PS3 games, right? Yeah, I played like the first hour of whatever the first one was there. I wouldn't mind trying to go back and play some of those newer ones. Maybe it would scratch that Uncharted itch.
This detective's got a second bolt of brilliance.
Every great detective starts their day early.
This is Rhyme City, a place where humans and Pokemon
I feel so out of touch with Pokemon. I don't know how people do it to keep up with every one of them. Tim Goodman.
Investigate various cases while searching
Not just keep up with them. You know, if you like a franchise, you know, you play every entry in it, but just the encyclopedic knowledge of like every Pokemon. It's just like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. There's just so many of them.
They'll also rely on other Pokemon to broaden the scope of
I think for a while too, at least from like the outside looking in, because you know I played Red, Blue, and Yellow, and then I didn't play anything until like the 3DS. I played like X or Y or one of those, and then I ended up playing Silver as an adult. So on the outside looking in, as I saw like all the new Pokemon games coming out, it looked like for a while at least, I don't know if it still is this day, but for a while, man, some of those Pokemon designs, like from a character design standpoint, just looked super lazy.
This game's a real toot.
Are we getting a Trombone sequel?
Raise your brass for the quirky rhythm game, Trombone Champ. Play the notes in time with the music as best you can.
This game's already out.
But how you play that horn is up to you.
This is already out, right?
Gyro controls to adjust the pitch up and down.
Or was this only on PC or something?
Right Joy-Con controller. The controls are pretty unique, and mastering every control.
It's like theremin shit over there.
Honk your way through nearly 50 songs spanning various genres.
Was Trombone Champ only PC?
And everything in between. Plus, up to 4 musicians can band together in local.
Yeah, it was. Oh, okay. I always thought this was a Switch game as well.
Champ slides onto Nintendo
All right.
Switch.
You gotta get those surprise releases in there.
Battle your way to victory in these Nintendo Switch games. 10 teams of 3 will duke it out for survival in this online battle royale brawler.
Interesting.
Knock
Battle
your opponent's
Crush.
health down to 0 and deliver
There had to have been a game called Battle Crush already.
Or shove them off the collapsing terrain to win. Choose from 15 heroes.
It's actually kind of a cool concept, having the terrain fall Like,
Work with your allies to be the
like having that as the mechanic for like the final circle in a battle royale. That's actually, I like that. That's actually pretty cool.
On Nintendo Switch next spring.
Because that really mitigates the whole, like, you know, like Warzone, where you can have like the gas mask to kind of survive the toxic gas. You know, you can kind of stay outside the circle. I mean, that really forces you into it.
Protecting townsfolk from thieves to vanquishing the land's most notorious figures. Before battle, equip your mercenaries with the best gear and skills to claim victory and live to see another day. Up to 4 players online can jointly command a troop.
Games like this, I always really wonder how the experience is on a screen the size of the Switch's screen when you have it in handheld mode. Because some of that text looks small to begin with.
Of the beloved NES classic, Contra.
Okay.
Blast through explosive stages.
So kind of like a remake of original Contra?
Red Falcon forces. Spring into action with easy pick-up and play controls and a variety of difficulty options. This reimagining from Konami.
Okay, reimagining. Okay.
Enemies. Powerful super attacks.
So they didn't want to just do like a new Contra? They just, okay. All right. I don't know.
Operation Galuga storms onto the Nintendo Switch system early next year. Liberate your kingdom. Reclaim your destiny.
'Tis a grievous tale which speaks of Fevrith, one of stolen destiny. Stolen
This looks like Wish.com Fire Emblem? This isn't legit Fire Emblem, right?
by immense evil.
No, this looks off.
Again, ring of legend lighting his path.
That is the ring of the unicorn. Ancestral
This actually kind of got a cool look. It's got that Octopath
ancestors wielding
look to it.
purify evil. Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother.
Yes, Mother.
Freely traverse an expansive world. Gather new allies, forge your bonds, and lead the liberation to glorious victory. Cultivate a grand army with over 60 unique characters.
These are the kind of games that I wish I had the time to dive into.
The angels.
Today marks our first foray into the mists.
I
of
always
despair
liked
which hang heavy over our
a lot of those like strategy kind of games, like Final Fantasy Tactics and Ogre Battle and all that, but I could just never dedicate the time to really learn their systems and get better.
Present
Oh wow,
the birth of tactical fantasy.
the rebirth.
Unicorn Overlord.
Okay, that's
Available March 8th, 2024.
okay. Okay. Unicorn Overlord. Got some Luigi's Mansion going on here. I always sleep in my overalls.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Welcome.
Oh, that was not representative of Luigi's Mansion. I just didn't get very much sleep last night.
Teaming with the supernatural. Luigi, our faint of heart hero, was sent here to check it out.
I liked Luigi's Mansion. I played the first one. Played Dark Moon on the I think it was the 3DS.
Is complete without this vacuum-like device.
They're fun games.
Use it to light up dark areas, vacuum up objects, and interact with the environment. It's a handy tool for your paranormal escapades. Plus, when you spot a ghost, pop! You can stun them with the strobe ball.
Whoa!
Vacuum them up. You can even grab multiple ghosts.
It's just like an EDM concert. You hit them with the strobe light and then you suck them in.
In this game, you'll find ghosts haunting, a former plant research lab, a broken down clock factory that's full of sand, a mine covered in ice and snow, and even more places. These troublemakers will use every trick in the book to block your path. Can Luigi summon his courage and save the day? Looking for other ghost hunters? Up to 4 players online. can
All right.
do
Oh,
so.
online. That's
Your
nice.
size across
That
different
looked a little
multiplayer
framey right there, though.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD creeps onto Nintendo Switch next summer.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a little ways away.
How was that? Next,
How was-
we have
how
2
was
announcements
that?
to share. First, please take a look at this video.
Now we're entering shipping container simulation. Just a big
What's
question
that?
block.
It's a large question block. Actually, this question block currently appears on the roof of the previously announced Nintendo Gallery that's under construction in Uji City, Kyoto Prefecture.
All right.
The official name of this gallery will be the Nintendo Museum.
Oh, that's cool.
At the Nintendo Museum, a wide variety of Nintendo products from the company's history will be displayed. Construction is going well, and we plan to finish up by March 2024. We'll share more information, such as the opening date, at another time. Please stay tuned.
We gotta get to Japan.
Next, we'd like to share some updates on upcoming Amiibo figures. These Zelda and Ganondorf Amiibo figures are releasing on November 3rd. And Amiibo figures of Noah and Mio from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game will be released as a set on January 19th, 2024.
It's nice to see that they're still cranking out amiibos. It's been a while since they put one out that I was interested in. Like several years, I think, at this point.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
That one will
is
sell
on
very
the way.
well.
With the release of Sora, everyone is here from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in Amiibo form.
Still some of those I gotta
Please
pick
look
up.
forward to its release next year. That's all for today's Amiibo announcements. Next, please take a look at
Okay.
this.
Oh shit! They're finally doing something with F-Zero, or is it just that they're putting it on that Switch Classics thing?
First F-Zero game returns. as
Oh,
a
shit!
Battle Royale.
Oh no! Give me a Switch stat! Oh shit!
Race on classic F-Zero courses with machines from the original Super NES game.
Oh!
Tear through courses in high-speed races, but be careful. Your power meter will decrease if you crash into pilots.
Oh, Nintendo, you know how to get me!
Zero, you're out.
Oh, Dorothy!
You'll need to avoid collisions and conserve your power meter to stay in the race. Feeling risky? Spend some of your power meter for a temporary speed boost.
Oh!
You can also collect super sparks, which appear when machines collide.
They better not do this dirty like that Mario one where they took it away after like 2 months or whatever it was.
It's your best chance
I'm
to
assuming that's what they're going to do.
rivals and jumping
Oh!
into a higher position.
They know how to get me.
Goals while you're racing to unlock cosmetic options for your machine.
Oh, the music is so good! Oh, the explosion effect! Oh!
It's time to race your way to first place.
This is out today, isn't it?
Because F-Zero 99 will be available exclusively for active Nintendo
Yep.
Switch Online members later today.
Ah!
More than 30 years after its original release, F-Zero is back as a Battle Royale game.
Now
This
do
title
something
also
new with
includes
it.
a Super NES controller available exclusively for Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be through the roof like that N64 one was.
For first place. Okay, let's continue with some more headlines.
One little hero, one humongous problem. Welcome to Vandal City, a whimsical land inhabited by small fuzzy beings called Yordles. After a party gets a little too wild, the portals holding the land together collapse and throw everything into chaos. It's up to you and your knitting magic to stitch Bandle City back together.
It's got a nice look to it.
Journey across the land to gather materials.
People
and
are,
craft items and meals
you know,
for the locals.
people have been doing this art style for a while now. It really kind of came into prominence in the 2000s, probably around the time I was in like high school, I feel. But people have been really doing some nice work with pixel art. Especially like stuff like CSRs this year. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
During your magical adventure.
I like the little piano piano bridge. Oh, that's League of Legends related? All right.
Wait, did you hear that?
I did.
Join best friends Nunu and Willem on a journey across the
Willem
frozen
Dafoe?
wilds of the Freljord. Jump, climb,
Willem Dafoe's ultimate role,
your way
a
through
Yeti.
beautiful yet treacherous land, where every step taken and each puzzle solved will bring you closer to the truth about these friends and their past. Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, launches on the Nintendo Switch system November 1st. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
More League of Legends. All right.
Let's move into Formation.
A trip with these chumps doesn't feel like a prize.
Greetings! Welcome to the island. This tropical resort contains tons of micro games that'll get your body moving. In each micro game, you'll get into a specific pose called a form.
Form.
Copy the form shown.
You get to form the
Perform
corn?
correct action as quick as you can.
Hand mode.
The micro games will come one after another, so look alive. Plus, up to 4 players can battle it out in party mode. Reach the goal without getting caught by Medusa.
Freeze!
Or settle the score in an arena to be the last one posing.
All right.
Over 200 lightning fast micro games.
I think that maybe they would have lined that voiceover up with footage.
WarioWare Move It launches on the Nintendo Switch system
All
November.
right, couple months.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. A heroic tale will soon unfold.
I always like when their voiceover guy tries to get like a little extra dramatic.
100 heroes into battle and put an end to an empire's invasion. Meet Noah, a humble villager. Sane, an officer from the Empire. And Marissa.
I don't know. I guess I just don't get it. Like all of these characters just looked just like the characters in archetypes from every. Okay, I like those shark people. But I mean, like, how many games can you really have where just everybody looks exactly the same? Everybody's a humble villager. Everybody's an officer that is no longer agreeing with the ways of their military. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure I play plenty of games. I guess you could point it out that they all look the same too. I don't know.
Conflicts may strengthen the bonds between your heroes. Trust.
Yeah, and every game like this has a you gotta trust your friends. You gotta build bonds with your friends.
When Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes launches on Nintendo Switch, April 23rd. Participate in some pixel-perfect play. Next stop, Octopia. Travel to a charming parallel world in this paid DLC for Eastward. Help Sam and John turn the pages.
Why Eastward is not ringing a bell? Maybe that's like a Nintendo Switch thing that I'm just not familiar with.
Whip up culinary delights.
This art style, like, this has got like a little bit more like dull tone to it, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like kind of subdued. This does look somewhat familiar. Maybe I just saw it in like a previous one of these things.
Adventures onto Nintendo Switch this holiday. Get back into the groove.
Wargroove? Wargroove 2? All right.
Charge across 3 tactical campaigns with valiant factions, including a new Mousefolk faction, the Fari.
Oh.
Plus, you can now supercharge your commander's groove to unleash devastating attacks. Lead a roguelike offensive in Conquest mode. Battle friends locally or online. Or create and share your own cutscenes and campaigns. Wargroove 2 marches onto Nintendo Switch as a console exclusive October 5th.
Get out of my way!
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I played a little bit of Wargroove. It was too hard for me. I couldn't make much progress in it. Dave the Diver coming. I wish I would have stuck with that a little bit more. There were aspects of that game that I didn't like, and there were aspects of that game that I really liked.
Dave the Diver.
And I remember saying when it came out, I was like, man, this is gonna be a perfect Switch game. I hope it finds a lot of success on the Switch, because I think it would be a really good handheld experience.
At your sushi restaurant. Explore an ever-changing underwater world to find the best ingredients and strive to exceed culinary expectations. Dave the Diver launches first for consoles on the Nintendo Switch system October 26th.
Yeah, it's a good deal for them.
Swim onto Nintendo eShop later today.
Okay.
The final wave is racing in.
I wonder if this means with them kind of coming to a close with this, if they actually will pull the trigger on a new Mario Kart for their next console. I think it's probably time, simply because, like, even though they've added so much to this game, and it's a very different game than it was when it launched on the Wii U, but you know, we've seen this art style, we've just seen it so much that I think that it'd be really, really nice for them to kind of think about, like, all right, you know, we've kind of done the ultimate Mario Kart in a way, the same way we did like the ultimate Smash Brothers with all the characters and all this stuff. What can we do to change Mario Kart and take it in a different direction? I want to see that. I want to see them take this franchise and do something different with it.
Drives onto Nintendo Switch this holiday. Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own. Something new is among us.
Are they changing their engine because of the Unity stuff? We got a couple minutes left, so I don't know, maybe we get this and then I don't know if they have like a headlining announcement. I don't know what they're, you know, it's kind of like half and half, you know. Sometimes they're just like, hey, that's it, you know, there's not the one more thing kind of deal. But I don't know, I feel like maybe they kind of tease something cool at the end here. I never played this game. I know it was like a super big deal during the you know, the height of quarantining. I just never got into it. I think I probably would have liked it if I had people to play with. I probably would have enjoyed it.
This new map for Among Us is free and launches this October.
What did you think? Thanks for sticking with us this far. Next up, we'd like to recap some of the previously announced Nintendo titles you can look forward to playing from September onwards.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
F-Zero 99. They got a lot of stuff coming out, you know, I'll give them credit. They are not slowing down by any stretch. They got a lot of things coming out, and a lot of them are pretty, I think, have the chance to be pretty successful.
We hope you're looking forward to these upcoming titles. This next video will be our last announcement.
Okay.
Please take a look.
We finally getting the next 3D Mario? Nope. Mario and Luigi. Okay. Or Paper Mario. It's been a few years since the last one, right? I know the last few weren't like super well received. Oh wait, is this just a remake of Thousand Year Door? This looks very nice. Yeah, this probably isn't the worst idea for them to do. I'll give them this, you know, they really know how to get the most out of their hardware. You know, there have been, you know, first party Nintendo games I thought struggled to play well on the Switch, but they are the absolute masters of getting blood from a stone when it comes to having, you know, not in a derogatory way, but, you know, limited hardware compared to the competition. That game is beloved. So, yeah. That's gonna do, that's gonna be big. Okay. That may end up being like the last big Switch release, I wonder. If the next system is supposed to come out, you know, fall of next year.
GameCube will return with enhanced graphics. Whether you played the original or have yet to play it, we hope you look forward to experiencing this adventure in a paper world starring Mario and friends. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
All right. I think that was a good Direct. I think that had a lot of variety to it. I think that was a pretty solid solid presentation. I think that Princess Peach game is going to do a lot better than a lot of people would probably expect, because there are so many kids that have gotten attached to Peach. Because if you watch the Super Mario Brothers movie, you know, she's viewed in that movie very much as like an equal to Mario. And, you know, if you tell your kid that, like, hey, you know, your favorite character from that movie is going to have their own game, you know, I think that's going to do pretty good. But man, F-Zero, that like stole the show for me, at least, you know. So as somebody that doesn't own a Nintendo system, like I said at the beginning of this thing, that has me excited to see what Nintendo has coming out. I don't think I'm going to run out and buy a Switch, especially if a new system is coming out. And especially if the rumors are true and the new system is going to have full backwards compatibility. Especially, I would assume that it would, at least with, you know, maybe the cartridge slot's different, but at least like digitally, you could digitally get all those games. You know, it would just give me such like a huge bounty of Switch stuff that came out after I got rid of my Switch to enjoy on a new system. So I think that what they showed off was pretty cool today. I think it was a nice wide variety of games. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what your favorite thing that you saw was. For me, like I said, F-Zero 99. That's I need to go steal someone's Switch right now. But take care, everybody, and we'll see you